What's up, y'all? I'm working on the 1 billion storage part in all the mod 6 to the sky pack. You need this to craft the ATM Star. So I wanted to try and incorporate as many of the different mods that are in the pack to get to that end goal. Try and challenge myself. So the first thing you need is the 1K storage part. They're being crafted right here in these mechanical crafters. So in order to craft them, you need a bunch of parts pieces: glass, redstone, quartz enriched iron, silicone. We'll start with the silicone. Let me hit you with a beat first. Alright, silicone goes... I'm using these material stonework factories to get silicone and also for glass. So they're pretty simple. Bucket of water, bucket of lava. For silicone, it's crush, 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 blank. And then boom, you end up with silicone. These things crank. They do pretty well. Now for the glass, we're doing the same thing. Bucket of water, bucket of lava, crush, crush, and then smelt, and then a blank. And you get your glass. Boom. For iron and redstone, we're using bees. I have a tier 3 apiary here. 3 iron bees, 2 redstone bees. They turn it into these things. They go through the centrifuge down below here, get processed in here, and then the iron, you end up getting blocks of the ore out of that, and also some ingots, but not many. And same with the redstone, you get blocks of ore, some pieces of redstone, but not many. So the iron goes into this box right here, this drawer, gets pulled out the backside, goes into an enriching factory, and then it gets smelted down to the ingot form that can be used, and it gets mixed with quartz that I'm also getting from the bees. That same thing, you just get the ore, and I'm processing it in an enriching factory here, turns it into the nether quartz, gets shot into here, goes into the crafter, it mixes it into quartz enriched iron, which is what we need to make these parts. So all that stuff, I was trying to put it in with belts because I thought it would look cool, but I couldn't figure out how to load these crafters from the rear because each square is it's like it's an individual piece and the belts convoluted with each other. I couldn't make it work. So that's crafting the 1K part. It drops it onto the belt, brings it around, puts it into this box here. And now over here I have the 4K part being crafted. In order to craft the 4K part, you need, what are these things called? The basic processor. So for the basic processor, you need processor binding, redstone, silicone, and just regular iron. So for the regular iron, for right here, what I'm using is I have these iron farms, which are pretty sweet. I have 21 of them right here, and for each one, once every minute, an iron golem is spawned inside there and then dies in that lava pool, and you get your iron ingot. So all that stuff gets combined in here, turns it into the raw basic processor, and then you have to smelt that to turn it into the actual basic processor. So once that has the stuff, it crafts it, comes along this belt, there's lava there with fans behind it, and that smelts it into the raw or the basic processor. Now over here I'm doing the same thing. We have the other 2 style processors that we need: improved processor and the advanced processor. So similar scenario. Everything gets put into a crafter, gets crafted into the raw on both sides here, and then it goes along these belts, fans blow, and turn it into the actual processor. Now let me turn this on. Been trying to build it up. I just finished setting everything up, so it should all work properly. Now this is the 4K part that's getting turned into the 16K storage part. Then it'll drop on this belt. Gets brought around when it drops out, and it gets put in this crate here, and then gets pulled into here, and once you have 3 of them in there, this will turn it into the 64K part that ultimately in order to make the 1 billion storage part, was the number. I need 2,187 of them. So we're a long way away from that. But I finished this and I wanted to film it just to share it, show y'all what I got so far. To power everything, we have 2 fans over here. What do they call them? Windmill bearings, windmills, I guess you can call them. And now for processor binding, I made a bunch just by handcrafting them through the mob farm with the string. And then over here I have like a little slime setup going. Got the, what's this stuff called? Witch water inside the barrels, and I was feeding mushrooms in there. And then it gets pulled out, stored in here. This crafter breaks it down into the slime ball. This one, we got the garden cloche, or whatever these things are called, growing this stuff. Industrial hemp fire, this is turning it into string. Shoots it in here with the slime balls, turns it into the processor binding, and then we're feeding everything over there. So hopefully all this makes sense. I tried to do a one-shot Willy here. No cuts, no edits. Thanks for checking out the video, y'all. Have fun and peace!